No, I don't think it can be avoided, but it is worth considering. Like, how do you handle that? You know what I mean? So like,
Well,
and
we will not
ultimately,
be able to handle that because that's going to be too big on us.
and
That's it. It's
ultimately,
already there.
I do think that there is a conversation to be had of like, if one company, earns $100 trillion with 3 employees, while the rest of society is like homeless. There's a conversation to be had there. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't
That's
know,
why, so that's why UBI just.
that's
I don't know.
why UBI comes up.
I don't know.
presented.
I would also back counter maybe with if one company makes $1 trillion with 3 employees, that means that others can have other companies that make $1 trillion with 3 employees, but they just need to do something instead of complaining about the fact that.
But it's not
But
reality.
again, that's a different story. I also don't want to go because you're kind of going into again a different conversation, which I'm really trying to avoid because we all have different opinions about things. But if you're asking me where AI goes and where jobs are going, it's not about fairness. You need to understand, unfortunately, and let's tell our viewers out there, it's not about fairness. Nothing is about fairness. It's about what actually is going to happen. Because many countries right now, you can see the quality of life in North America or in Europe versus Africa. It's not fair. It's not fair. But since when the world was fair?
Well, the goal should be to be better, right?
Yeah, but we're not living in
Utopia.
Utopia, exactly.
No, I understand. I agree.
And we're not here to sell utopia to anyone that listens to us, but we're here to explain that this is what it is, and that's what actually is going to happen. Because at the end of the day, behind all those AI machines, there's a Mark Zuckerberg that makes money.
True.
Or what do you call them? What do you call Tim Cook?
Yeah,
Tim Cook.
Tim Cook.
Or Elon Musk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I think AI is simultaneously the most underhyped and the most overhyped thing at the same time somehow.
Yeah, because you don't know how to eat it yet. You don't know how to approach it.
I just there are certain things. For example, I'll give you an example of like filmmaking, right? Like actual people who make movies, right? Hollywood movies. People think that you're gonna be able to, look at what AI can generate. It's gonna be better. It's gonna be. You're not gonna replace filmmakers. It's just you're gonna need to understand what 1,000 people on set do to be able to generate a movie with AI.
I so have to disagree with that.
Well,
I feel like eventually, like they like for example, like Sora, right? Like 2 years ago, when you ask that, we put the prompt in Sora, they'll generate some kind of quirky kind of animation. But
no, it's amazing now. I agree.
Yeah, but it's quite amazing.
But I'll explain to you why it's not going to take you the whole way. Because right now there are professional colorists, for example, who they get the footage that was shot on location, like the movie production. They get the footage, right? Their job is colors. That's their whole job.
And why do they do what they do?
What do you
They're
mean, why?
professional at what they do, right? They're very good at what they do.
Because
of
like
course.
honestly,
So what makes you think that you cannot train algorithms?
That's what
I'll tell you why. Because
I'll tell you even more.
Because how do you determine what's good?
Okay, good. I'll tell you even more about that. I agree with you. I agree with you. That's where you contradict yourself. But I agree with you. Like for example, if you take a lot of animals in the world can see much more colors than we do.
Yeah.
Can see completely different. You can train AI to do that, which is even better than what we can ever do.
Why would that help us?
Because the 3 colors that you can see would be much richer. Maybe because you could take a little bit more
like
out
a
of each
nuance,
spectrum that you don't think that you can see.
But the ultimate question of, like, so let's say you told AI, hey, I want you to color this footage, right? And let's say you did a great job, the footage looks nice, right? But ultimately, if you're the director, you are the one who has to be asked, does this look good?
Great. That's
Right?
why you train a model of AI to think like the director, which is not that difficult. which is not that difficult.
Not even
based on few tests.
It's not even the same every film. Like they change.
Based on few tests, AI is not trained to do specifically everything on each film or drawing or whatever to make it kind of connected to what we talk. You train the AI to understand the set of mind of. So you would train the AI to think like Max, for example. Like, okay, let me give you an example. Max is really what Max, when Max is thinking, there is, I'm talking about myself in the third.
Yeah.
That's scary. What really is going on? There are certain neuro processes that go in my mind that are being
processed.
Not processed. Processed and
action.
Disconnection.
Execution.
No. That are being influenced by the environment.
Yeah.
That I mean.
Yeah.
If you give, and that's just to simplify things. If you give an AI, if you say, I want an AI now to be the head of Acadia, to make decisions that Max makes. If you explain the AI, the environment that Max is at, and you replicate everything, all Max's experience, if you can, let's say in the future, through Neuralink or something like that, the AI can read your mind, the AI will be able to make the same decisions as I can make.
And you can upload your own consciousness.
I don't think so. I'll tell you why.
That's because you believe in a free
No, I believe there's an extra level that cannot be explained by
no.
You know, gut feeling. Like that feeling when you feel somebody is looking at you.
No.
But you cannot tell
what
why.
You're debating now. What you're debating now is whether a human have a free, whether a human has a free will. Yes.
I mean, I don't know if it's.
I believe that humans don't really, unfortunately, and many people will actually argue that don't have free will not because we can't say yes or no. Clearly, when you're asking me a question, I can decide and tell you yes or no. But I believe that my answer is coming based on certain circumstances, and there is a reason to the yes or the no.
I agree.
It's not because I decided, because the certain situation, I guess.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
So with that being said, because of that, you can train an AI to think like you if it has all those parameters.
Factors.
But okay, I have a better example. Okay, you like MMA.
I love MMA. Go Dana White.
If
the father of the MMA.
In 10 years, they have humanoid robots that are not human, but
I'm not gonna be
the two of them. You're not going to be watching.
No.
Why?
Because you can determine who's winning.
No.
Because now it's the gambling factor is not there, because what's going to happen is you can actually control the win. You can control the win.
Well, you can ensure that they're not pre-programmed for, you know what I mean? Like you can ensure that they're even. So that's exactly the problem, right? With human beings, there is no such thing. And that's why. So that's what why I think it's underhyped and overhyped.
No. So I believe, actually, to make my point stronger, that's actually great what you said. I believe that whoever wins in a fight wins for certain circumstances that are predetermined. There is a reason why, let's say, one fighter would win. Two fighters that fight together would win in one circumstance and not the other.
Motivation, like stuff like that.
One of those things. It could be sleep. It could be motivation. It could be
for sure.
Weight cut and many. But it could be even relationship, like some issue that happened in your personal life. That
100%.
Yeah, but everything is predetermined.
So was the AI. That's not a thing.
It is, and that's why AI can replace a human. Because we will be able to predetermine that. AI will be able to replace Max to make decisions just as much would make.
For some stuff, AI cannot be a parent to your kids. You know what I mean? Like, there's limitations. There's limits.
So I'm not saying that AI can.
It can, but it's not.
I think that AI would be able to make the same decisions with my kids as I would make.
So why is that then?
Again, I just explained.
Oh, it can, you say?
It can. It can.
I don't think so.
It can.
The other thing that I think about is a good example is customer service, right? You brought it up.
Yeah, I mentioned, yeah.
What I think is going to happen, that's my prediction, right? Because right now there's a huge movement of already. A friend of mine works in IT. Actually, he told me they got a call, and it took him like 5 minutes or whatever to realize he's talking to AI and not a. So it's really good now. It's really
because
good.
They trained the AI based on information that was given.
Yeah. It will be really good, but
of course,
it will backfire. That's my prediction.
That's a different story. Again,
it will backfire for companies.
But if the question is, can AI, let's go to the original, can AI, for an example, architectural firm, can AI replace an architect? Yes.
Yes.
Can AI think specifically what's good or bad? Yes.
Good or bad as in moral or?
Yes. Eventually they will learn morals based on, because even morals are calculated situations. Like,
right.
Men shall not kill. It's not because
this is a dangerous conversation.
Well, no, it's morals. Where did morals come in? That
I have an example in my head, but I'm not gonna bring it up because it's like, it's dark.
So what I'm trying to say is, I do believe. I'm not saying whether AI is good or bad. This is not even our conversation.
No, it's not about good or bad.
Yeah. I'm just saying that eventually AI will be able, and also not only be able to understand those morals and replace humans, they will be able to do better what we humans cannot do.
Certain things, yes, for sure.
Hold on. You're not about certain things. They will be able to put aside their personal feelings, which they will have, and will do so. For example,
yes,
I don't like humans, but right now I need to do this job in order to achieve my final goal.
Yes,
because they are going to be based on goals. Okay. Now, I personally also believe that all our feelings are mathematical signals that you can explain with mathematics, and you can explain with. That's why I love what I do, because everything is about mathematics, right? That's me. But I do believe that due to that, everything has its own formula, and AI is very good at finding that formula to understand, not yet 100%, but soon, to understand how you think, how I think. And when you're training models, like now you have the fifth model came out with ChatGPT.
Yeah.
The fifth model. Imagine what model 50 will look like.
It'll be incredible. Wow.
No, it will be incredible. I have no doubt.
That could be talking to the camera for an hour, and all of a sudden it will debate you while being you.
That's a good example. So this is why I think it's overhyped in that sense. Because let's say you're a podcaster and you have 1 million subscribers, right?
Okay.
No names, whatever.
Well, I say, let's hope.
Exactly.
You guys have to subscribe.
And you built up a podcast of you interviewing, you being here like we are. You built it up. You have 1 million subscribers. And then information comes out that the last couple of episodes, you're not there. It's AI, actually. This is all generated. You know what's going to happen? You're going to lose subscribers. Because nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to care about the podcast if you're not there.
Sure. Okay. Why would I agree with that? When you do something like that and it's good enough, you keep using it. You're not just opening that out there, but at the end of the day, let's ask a question.
I think it's a human connection.
If AI is exactly trained as my mind, what do you think about it? If AI is exactly trained as you, okay, and you know that this AI is the copy of your consciousness, It learned you 100%.
Yeah.
Do I like listen to you because of your consciousness or because I see physically Vic?
I would say people listening to like the other person is based on like conscious.
Yeah.
This is what I thought.
Yeah.
It's based on like your knowledge, your conscious.
I think so. Nobody cares what I look like.
No, it's not about that. That's what I mean. This element is impossible to describe. If you took
or some people they just like you.
Conor, if you took Conor McGregor, if you took Conor McGregor, right, and you make an identical copy, identical, everything, consciousness, looks, physical ability, everything is identical, exact copy, right? The only difference is you tell people this is the real one, this is not the real one, and then you set up a fight. Okay, you set up a fight with a real Conor McGregor against an opponent, a human opponent, and the fake people will not care nearly as much about the fake. I can't explain why. I don't know why.
Well, there's nothing to explain because I think because when two humans in a competition, there is the factor of surprise.
Exactly.
When you put a Terminator against the human, he'll be back.
But it's identical, right?
So he'll be back.
Yeah. But so I'm just trying to say that I think this I think the human element cannot be like replicated. I really don't. I really don't think so.
No, I see where you're coming from. I think you're right. I can kind of agree with that. Yes. But again, doesn't change the fact that
And because we were talking about like AI replacing job, and it's pretty easy to replace.
Actually, a cool thing is going to happen in another way. So I'm sure you guys can relate to this. Right now, a lot of companies, like you call them, customer service, right?
Yeah.
And please hold a minute. The music playing. Yeah. My rage is building up while I'm waiting. You know what I mean?
Okay.
If I get after that to a not real person, my rage quadruples, right? Every step makes it more and more frustrating, right? So I think basically the same thing is going to happen is like, not exactly the same, but companies who make it known that you're going to call us and you're going to talk to a real person who's here, essentially they're going to be seen as, in a better light. It's going to be like a premium brand, essentially.
Wow, you're going there. Let me tell you something. Yes. So I'll give you an example. But yes but. I will say something, what I think, and I will say what actually happening. So first of all, you're right. And I'll give you an example. And they deserve it. I'm going to say names.
Go for it.
So we were serviced with our emails by Bluehost.
By who?
Bluehost.
Oh, Bluehost. Okay.
Bluehost is a company.
Hosting company.
Is a hosting company for website and for emails and all that.
Yeah.
Now, the great thing about Bluehost is that you pay a certain amount a year, and you can get unlimited amount of emails. Now,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Which is amazing, right? But when you're a business like us, and all of a sudden Bluehost is making some change on their servers, and for 3 weeks, you don't have an operating emails, and you're losing a lot of money, you start asking yourself if that's worth it. Now, Microsoft, who we are moving to now, you go into their panel, and there is a script, AI script. You tell them to call you. They call you in within 5 minutes. Somebody connects to your phone, to your screen, and circle what to press on.
That's impressive.
Now,
that's cool.
There you pay subscription, and it's a lot more expensive and everything. And by a lot, I mean 10 times more a year. Like you're going from couple of hundreds to a couple of thousands.
Yeah.
But the amount of money that you lose in this couple of weeks with Bluehost, with all this crap, lose you more money. So I definitely agree with what you say, because eventually the reason I am willing to pay a little bit more, and that's what we're telling to our clients here, why we believe that you should go with a legible company, right? Pay a little bit more to get a better service, to lose less in a big scheme of things because of that. But free advertisement to Microsoft, bad advertisement to Bluehost, we can wrap up. Anyways.
As you were saying it, actually...
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I didn't finish my thought. But actually what's going on in different parts of the world, and Europe is mainly part of it, when you call a company, they will answer the phone call, a robot, like an AI robot will answer your phone call and tell you, you will receive a WhatsApp message. Go and continue talking to our AI through messages. You can't. That's it. You can't do anything. They just don't answer.
That's horrible.
They send you. It is. They send you this bot to talk to, and the bot cannot answer your question because they don't know.
Exactly.
That's where you get frustrated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, this is our future. That's what's going to happen because every company gonna start using you, and me as guinea pigs to train their bots.
They will try. Yeah. They'll try. So that's what I mean. The companies, then smart companies will go. They'll realize, these companies are frustrating all these people. This is an opportunity for us. So as you were saying it, I basically realized in my head what the difference is. AI is going to be incredible for anything technical where there's strict rules. For example, if you take Photoshop, right, which is a very complicated program, right, but they have documentation, very extensive documentation of what everything does and where everything is. So if you talk to AI that studied documentation and ask it, I need to do this, how do I do this? It will be amazing because it read a very specific thing, right? But as soon as you're dealing with human beings, and an important part of what you're dealing with is feelings, AI will fall off a cliff. Because if I'm like feeling something, right? I'm like agitated or whatever, and I have to deal with AI, everything becomes a lot worse, right?
Well, again, I don't think that it's about feelings. And at the end of the day, believe it or not, nobody cares about your feelings.
I care about my feelings.
And we are getting, and we're getting into the world that whoever tries to deal with stuff with feelings usually loses. You got to be very calculated, and that's the world we live in.
Maybe
you remember how you would call, I don't know if that's how it is right now, but I remember back in the day when you have a phone and you call a phone company and you're upset with them. You're like, I want to talk to the manager.
Yeah.
And they will give you something.
Yeah.
Now they will tell you a manager will call you back or something, and nobody will even call you back.
Oh, I don't know. I guess.
So nobody really, or they will tell you, well, I'm sorry, it is what it is. We're not allowed to go outside of our experience. The bottom line is, it's a different world. It's not a world based on customer service anymore. What you're talking about, you're living in the past where companies actually cared about your feelings. There's not a lot of companies, unfortunately, that do that right now. By the way, we do.
You're right. Yeah,
By the way, we
right.
do. And I believe that now we're successful. But the question is, let's say 15 years from now, are we going to be able to do the same? I don't know. Are we going to be in the same world? I don't know. Right now, yes, we're winning due to the fact that we give more attention to our client. And like when I talk to clients, I'm like, even if you decide to go with somebody else or whatever, and you have a question, call us. Call us, doesn't matter what. I'll be happy to. I'm very professional. I'll be happy to help. I'll be, because sometimes you're questioning. You want to question.
Yeah.
That's perfectly fine. I believe that people should question. And I do that because not too many people would help. Not too many companies are there to help our days, specifically.
Exactly.
Yeah. Not too many people are like that. Even now, speaking of Bluehost, right? We were trying to fix the emails, unfortunately, over the weekend and all that, working very hard. Day and night and all that. And it took me probably going through 10 people to get eventually to one person
That's insane.
who was able to be decent enough to help.
To solve the problem, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw struggling.
Out of the 10 people, 3 or 4 just hung up on me. And you don't know who they are, so you just can't even go back.
Yeah, I can't.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Do they care whether you're going to go away from Bluehost or not? No.
They don't.
Bluehost cares, but no way to find out. You send them to solve a ticket. You tell them, well, my internet. What happened is our emails go on and off during the day. Went on and off during the day a few times, and some clients didn't receive emails. Some clients couldn't send us emails and ask why we didn't answer, which that kind of stuff. And it happened the past couple of weeks. You tell them to open a ticket. The day after, you get an email saying, first of all, the special department, nobody talks to you. They just get the ticket from the regular technician and they solve it. So they would send you an email, and if the email went through, they send you an email saying everything is working perfectly fine. We don't know what's your problem. As if you never had a problem at all.
Yeah.
So this is...
Isn't that exactly like... doesn't that support exactly what I'm saying? You're willing to...
Yeah, but you see, AI would not do that.
Well, but you're...
AI would keep solving until your problem solved.
Currently, you're willing to pay 10 times more to not have this horrible customer service.
But if this company employed AI and they would create a prompt saying, check this email every 5 minutes.
Okay.
And they would create a test account, check this account every 5 minutes, which they can. They just don't feel like doing that. And they test, and then they will see the times where the email doesn't go through. That's where you know what the problem with your server.
And the real person will come in and solve it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's possible. It's all possible. And AI will make it much, much simpler. Because to create this prompt, they don't want to invest the money. And to have a person doing that for like 24 hours, clearly it's not sustainable.
You mean expensive?
Yes.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. They're going to be premium. They're going to be premium services. Yeah.
No, there will be services that will be based on AI.
Oh, there will be. Most of them.
That's it.
Yeah. Just the same as we have now, most businesses, I would have bad customer service.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate reality.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what I'm saying. I think it's only going to become more premium. It's going to be like, the best known brands are going to be the ones who are like, you will have a rep, a real person. They will help you, So when you talk to them, they'll kind of, it's not as simple as just doing a sequence of events. You kind of also have to like work with the person. You're almost like a bit of a therapist while it's helping somebody. You know what I mean? Like you have to work with their feelings.
It's true.
So AI
I do believe persons' feelings are very important.
Of course.
When somebody calls you with a problem,
of course,
it's very, very important to make them feel at this point importance. Like, when a client calls, like it's crazy. If a client calls you and you feel that their voice is shaky, like for example, they're handling a contractor, they have an issue on site, the contractor like, oh, your designer did something wrong. Doesn't matter. Most of the time it's not. But doesn't matter. And all of a sudden, they call you and they're like, Max, we have a problem with the drawings. You can be like, oh no, what are you talking about? Our drawings are the best. Or you can be like,
yeah, exactly.
Oh really?
No, everything's fine.
Okay. Yeah. How about we check it out and see if it's our problem? Don't worry, we'll fix it. Don't worry. As soon as they hear you fix it, they go down. When they go down, you hear their problem. When you hear the problem, well, unfortunately, to them, unfortunately, 90% it's not your problem, and you explain that to them, but they're willing to listen.
But still,
they're willing to listen.
It's still a. Yeah, I was saying earlier that a friend of mine is in IT and he had a call and it took him like 5 minutes to recognize he's talking to AI. You know how two things. First of all, he has a complicated Russian name and he's like, I realized later that like it said it perfectly. I'm like, I've never heard anybody say it perfectly on the first try. A human person? Never. Like nobody gets it right on the first try.
Oh, the AI say it perfectly.
Yeah, it did say it perfectly. But the other thing that happened is how you kind of fish it out is basically it was something like asking him like, would you like to save money or whatever on the services you're using? And he said, no, actually, I prefer paying more. I prefer spending more money.
Sarcastic. It was being sarcastic.
Exactly.
And the AI took him seriously.
And it trips up and goes back to the previous step, because as soon as it encounters anything that was not in the training, well, that's it, right? It can only go back to the thing.
Back to what I actually told you.
Yeah.
Again, strengthening my point. You will get to a situation where feeling is going to be out. So people will not be sarcastic like that. You're going to come in with your own personal, you're not going to say, no, I want to spend more. You will know it's AI. You will be trained to talk to AI just the same as the AI trained to talk to you. That's what personally I believe. Yeah. Well, by the way, question for you guys. How do you think our field will grow with AI? What do you think that is
construction, you mean?
Construction, design, permits. What do you think that's going to happen to our field? Go crazy.
You go first.
Yeah, the guy's talking for 2 hours without stop, and all of a sudden you go first. Dreamer.
I would say permits. Like
so
permits and law.
How do you think, though, what's going to happen? I have an opinion, but I want to hear yours. And of course, I'm going to give mine as well.
Yeah. Is on personal individually or just on the company? Because I do have my, for example, I do feel like if people that are looking for some kind of like law, permits, this kind of thing.
So I'm thinking overall, permits is part of it. Yeah. Overall, how do you think the construction industry, like our jobs as Acadia design consultants, what do you think going to change with...
exactly.
What do you think going to change with the AI revolution? How are we going to be impacted by that?
I would say more authenticity information, because I do believe, like even me myself, right? If I'm looking for some kind of drafting, some kind of lawsuit kind of paper, I'll ask ChatGPT to craft one permit or one paper for me. And then I'll use that paper to see whether this is working or not. And I'll use this paper, this draft, this permit to ask a professional company like Acadia whether this is working or not. So I feel like this is going to be...
You're saying Acadia will be more like a consulting company?
Will be like a pretty professional consulting company to see whether this prompt is correct or not.
Consultant company.
Yeah, like a final stamp on the...
Yeah, it's kind of like a final stamp to see whether this prompt is correct or not. This is my thought.
So pretty much what you're saying is you're thinking that the homeowner would be able to create their own drawings using AI?
Yeah.
And
we fixate it.
Wow, that's actually an interesting...
But I think even that will go away eventually. I'll tell you why. Because it's all a matter of error rate, essentially, right? Once you have enough data and you can see that AI-generated plans are correct 99.9999, I don't know, whoever decides how many nines. Once you get to that point, well, that's it. You can just trust it blindly, essentially, at that point.
Well, I'll tell you what. Talking about today, maybe, actually. Maybe in like 10, 15 years from now, yes, you're going to be able to trust AI, because you need to understand what we do when we are, let's say, designing a building.
Yeah.
We are designing it. We are implementing building codes. We're implementing engineering for structure, and a lot of things is being done. I do believe that AI eventually will be able to do that. And it's actually interesting thought, because I think, that's a situation. You might need a consultant for like advice.
Yeah, to see whether this is right or not.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same,
Although also AI can advise. You see, that's weird. But on the other hand, that's...
It's going to be a tool for you.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tool. It's going to eventually, at some point, it's going to be a transitional thing. It will become extremely good at verifying law, right? Like the law as in, it's very structured, right? Like the government has a certain criteria of like, does this pass or not, right? AI, if you think about it logically, should be eventually extremely good at that. At anything that is clearly outlined, it should be pretty much perfect.
Like right now, you go to ChatGPT, for example, and I tried it a few times to see clearly, first of all, again, disclaimer out there not to use ChatGPT as your final solution. It makes a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
I find that building code wise, ChatGPT also make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
It would give you, because it takes solution from the internet at the end of the day.
Yes, exactly.
It depends where the solution is coming
exactly.
from. It's not really an artificial intelligence. It's not like, yeah, there is building code, but sometimes it would take answers not from the building code for some reason that are different. So I would not. So still, our days, you wouldn't be able to do anything like that. And when it comes to floor plans, drafting and all that, it's far, far, far from it. Like, it creates such redundant areas, which is fun. I tried. I played with few models, AI models, to try and kind of get floor plans to see if it works. Not there yet. But I'll tell you what, though. I think that in the future, if you're asking me where Arcadia is going, I think you will have one person. Okay, that's pretty much remind me of what you were saying. That will ask AI specifically to generate plans. Their job will be to pick the best plan out of those to propose to clients.
Exactly. Yeah.
Then those plans will be still reviewed by us as engineers and architects to make sure, if not redrawn to codes. That's pretty much, I would say, phase one. So it will eliminate the amount of
like people doing rendering.
Multiple jobs will be.
Yeah, unfortunately, which I hope not happen. Well, first of all, it's not happening very soon because now it's not working.
Yeah.
But I really hope that our team will stay intact and grow as much as we can. But that's probably what's going to happen. And then when it comes to submissions to the city, we'll have still a person that will apply for permits. But I do believe that there will not be as many examiners, for example, in the city.
Yeah.
You will have an AI checking your plans.
They'll trust it a lot more. Yeah.
And I don't know how yet, but I think that permits will look differently. Like, for example, you know how you got a barcode that can be scanned?
Yeah.
So somehow you're going to need to scan the drawings.
Yeah, true.
And because every design is individual, so I don't really know how it's going to happen. But I think eventually you're going to need to scan somehow the drawing, and it will be scanned by AI, and you're going to be able to get your permit on spot.
Yeah.
And all the departments will pretty much, there will be a certain way of doing things to make sure that the drawing can be scanned by AI.
Because what you said is happening right now, but not in construction. It's more on HR.
Yeah.
Like human resources. They scan your
and then we will
CV, right? Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. And then we will still have, I believe, a coordinator for construction purposes.
Yeah.
Maybe even more, because it's going to come so fast. More people are going to need to coordinate between trades and everything. Everything that has to do with physical manufacture and everything, that's going to stay. I've seen all this 3D house printing crap. Sorry for pardon my English, but it's far from being there.
Yesterday I had a thought that we should discuss it on a different episode about manufactured homes.
Yeah, so manufactured homes is one thing. It could be cool, but 3D printing.
3D printing, like the cement ones that are. I saw a video. I saw a video. That feels very cold.
No, there is so many flaws.
I'm sure.
First of all, second of all, it's for certain temperatures, certain areas of the world. It would not work everywhere. It's not gonna be there. But I also I definitely see that we're gonna have construction administrators, project everything that has to do with construction. Pretty much most of it will stay the way it is.
At least for a long time.
Yeah.
But you know actually why AI is not useful? Like you said, it makes a lot of mistakes. That's the area that is gonna be the development with AI in everything basically. The reason is because basically AI is only as good as the training material, right? At least the current way that we do AI, right? But what's going to happen is, let's say in X amount of years, you're going to have the Toronto permit AI. So essentially, it's not going to be ChatGPT. It's not going to be anything. It's going to be AI that was only trained on that specific information.
You're absolutely correct. So the city of Toronto will have its own model, AI model,
and that will be great.
Of course,
that will be great.
It'll be pretty fast.
Well, great or not, you see, I told you what they're doing right now.
Eventually, it will be great.
Eventually,
it will force them to standardize more and more, and standardization is good in my opinion. For most things, for a lot of things. But another important thing is that, like you said, you're going to have stamp because somebody has to be liable. Somebody has to be responsible for the final approval.
Needs to be at least a 1 or 2 person, to kind of confirm whether this is correct or not.
Because at the end of the day, the role of the municipality is to make sure that they know what they're doing, not to be liable for your renovation, for your construction. And that's why a lot of things, like for example, I don't know if we talked about it or not, like in a perfect world, drawings are being reviewed by engineers and stamped, go to the city, and the city is supposed to make sure that the design works.
We did talk about it.
We did talk about it, right? But they get involved into the engineering and into the calculations of the engineer, which theoretically they shouldn't do. It's the liability of the engineer.
Interior,
right? So yeah.
It was really funny because you said the story of like, we went and they made a mistake or something. And they were like, well, sorry, it's not our fault. It's like, so why do you approve things?
Why do you even approve? Why do you even put your look into the engineering?
Like what is your job if you cannot
they should
tell?
Approve like for example, they should approve zoning bylaws, everything that has to do with the size of the house, to make sure that you're not building a monstrosity, for example, in the middle of a smaller residential area. They should, but when it comes to, for example, HVAC system, they should just make sure that the system is there and that it was designed by a professional consultant. And then if the HVAC is not running well, or if it's not running good, that should be a problem of the consultant.
So I have a question. So if you design, like there is a set of rules. So if you're an HVAC designer, right? There is a set of rules that you obviously have to know to design systems, I assume.
Of course. Building codes.
Exactly. Code. So let's say a system is not working correctly. In my mind, so basically you should be able to diagnose it by studying the schematic, correct? To see, like if you look at the schematic, at the design, you should be able to tell why it's not working correctly, no?
First of all, it can be not working correctly for 2 reasons. Either it was designed incorrectly, and then
or installed,
or installed incorrectly.
Yes, okay.
Sorry.
Or installed incorrectly. I'm gonna fire Siri for that.
Oh my God.
Or installed incorrectly. Right. So you don't really know. You don't really know the reason. If it was installed incorrectly, a designer will not know.
But as far as the approval, right? So let's say if you have an AI scanning the design, it should be able to like eventually be amazing at being able to circle, hey, there's a mistake here.
Again, if it was designed if it was designed wrong on drawing, on paper. Like for example, if a design was designed on the drawing, submitted to the city of this building, and you turn on the heating and the unit is cold, it doesn't mean that it was designed wrong. It could be also because the heat for some reason doesn't come all the way here. So you start asking yourself a question. Was the duct tight or not? Is air leaking somewhere else on the way until it gets here? Is the pump not working correctly? Is it not strong enough?
But you would check the drawing first, correct?
Of course.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
First of all, you would have to make sure that what's on the drawing is correct.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
But in existing situations, like we have now, no. It's not about the drawings because you already have an existing situation. You need a solution.
Oh, if it's an
so you would check.
Well, I guess
what's the strength of the pump. You would calculate that it's good enough for the size of the building. You would see if it's pushing enough air, and you go from there.
Does AutoCAD have this functionality? Does it does it highlight like problems or anything like that, or it doesn't know like local?
So great question. AutoCAD, no. AutoCAD is a software that's based on 2D lines.
Yeah.
Okay. You make a plan and that's it. Revit, on the other hand, I don't know so there's a software. It's called Revit. Autodesk Revit, it's made specifically for building as well. But what it does is it actually calculates your if you work right with it, if you know how to work with Revit, not just building 3D model of a house. If you actually do all the beams or all the joists correctly and all the heating and everything, yes, it will be able to calculate your heating and cooling calculations and also structural calculations.
Is it based on local code or no? It has nothing to do with local building code.
No, it will just calculate based on the materials that
just
you
output and stuff like that.
So the way Revit works is based on blocks. So for example, in AutoCAD, if you want to draw a wall, you will draw 2 lines. You got a wall.
Yes.
Period. So the machine, the software doesn't know what those 2 lines are.
Okay. Right.
Only you know because you see 2 lines and you know it's a wall. You can put a note saying a wall.
There's a map essentially.
In Revit, well, yeah, but it's again a different story. In Revit, when you draw a wall, you actually draw a wall.
I see.
And therefore Revit knows it's a wall. It's a block of a wall. You stretch a wall. And as soon as all this wall is finished and you have all the layers in the wall, meaning insulation, your sheathing, your 2x4s, your drywall, everything. So by the time you create your assembly and you said that this is the assembly, now Revit can calculate what's the amount of heat or cooling that this wall can stop because it's actual objects based on real life information. So for example, if you do a wall with R5 insulation, which to those who don't know, R5 meaning insulation is being rated by R value. So R5 is just 5. Regular home needs, let's say, R22.
Oh, wow.
So it's so the walls need to be R22. So
is
if you have R5, sorry?
Is higher better or lower? Like
higher the better. Higher the better.
Okay.
So when you have R22, so Revit knows that you use, let's say, that insulation. Those are the parameters of it. It has all the parameters.
Oh, well, yeah.
And it will calculate, based on the spacing, how much insulation you put, what's going to be the R value of the building eventually. So based on that, also with HVAC system. But don't forget that Revit is perfect situation. Perfect, meaning when you build a heating and a cooling system in Revit, there is no real life issues.
Yes, exactly.
That come up. So it's perfect.
Exactly. Yeah.
But unfortunately, even with that, like for example, you can build a heating system in Revit, and you will build a duct or window, let's say 5-inch duct. Building code would require 6. So you want to go to a professional who know Revit, who knows the HVAC code, right? You don't want to go just to anyone to build it.
I would bet money sooner or later it might be inside Revit. They're gonna build in local codes, and it will start telling you based on your local code,
which is that
this is an error, right?
Definitely can be. Which is that's where the AI revolution is getting.
For sure.
And eventually, all you're gonna need to do as a homeowner to learn the software, how to build the house in Revit in order to do. So everybody might become their own kind of architect.
Yeah. It's not even like you're literally going to tell it, hey, I want to this kind of house with this. And
no, they actually going to have to do some kind of work together.
Eventually will be less and less. Like essentially, like, there's going to be one tool connected to another probably. Like that's going to, that's AI agents. You know about that?
Tell me.
Agents are literally like, that's what they do. So an agent is essentially, let's say you have an assistant, right? You tell an assistant, what's a good example? Hey, I need my car detailed. Okay, just so tomorrow I need my car to be already detailed. Your assistant needs to, research the shops, like go online, research local shops, look at the reviews, call them, book it, take, do all of that, right? AI agent is exactly that.
So that's pretty much one more step. I don't know what barbers you use, for an example. When I was a barber, I go, there's an application. You just go on your own. You know how before you used to call them to book an appointment?
Yeah.
Now you go to this application.
Yeah.
You just pretty much write down what is that you need to do, whether it's hair, beard, or whatever. Book an appointment. It does it for you. The one step that you're suggesting is if I do not have a barber, find me for that date, for that time, a barber who can do it and also has good reviews.
Exactly.
Which I'm sure that you can do that as well. Yeah.
It's wild. You can literally tell it, hey, tomorrow I'm going to have a party of, 10 people with these dietary restrictions. I want you to figure out what to order it so it's here at this time. And that's all you tell it. And it will go into the browser, it will do all the research, it will find the place, it will call it, it will order. You can do it now, today.
Yeah. And then you see at the same time, you will see an Uber driver standing at your door.
Of course.
Delivering the food.
So it's just wild. Actually, that's the whole next kind of
the whole next
level.
AI level, right?
Yeah. It's complicated.
They'll
because
even
it's
do the call for you.
Like to explain to kind of a random person how to connect all of these dots, which is what you have to do now. There's no like general AI agent, right? You have to connect multiple things.
So the problem is also that I see that's where another kind of issue comes up is that not everybody going to be able to keep up with it.
Yeah, true. 100%.
Because you're going to need so much education for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's why it's going to be a full time to educate yourself to get there. It's going to be more of your 9-to-5 job to leave your life, I believe.
Is it possible?
I think that everything is going to be based on, I don't know. It's difficult. You see, that's where I'm not sure. It's kind of difficult to understand. Like, listen, I would say I'm very tech savvy when it comes to many things.
Yeah.
But even me right now, I'm trying to keep up after this AI. Like every day, everywhere. Like we go to measure a house, we use different applications for AI, and every time something new comes in for AI, did I say AI for measurements? And every time something else comes in, again, depending if it's for commercial or residential, like for commercial, we've got like 3D LiDAR scanners and stuff.
That's cool. Yeah.
That we usually don't use for residential stuff because, it's too much to, like, it sounds faster, but it's too much to set up and all that, but we use different tools. But again, those are getting now involved with AI, and then in the office, you got systems now, personal assistants and all that for stuff, that based on AI. And then again, not for codes and not for important stuff, on everyday stuff that you do, you all of a sudden have ChatGPT and other AIs, that you guys use on regular basis and stuff. And there's so many different models and there's so many different AIs being proposed online. It's just crazy. And it's going to get crazier and crazier and crazier and going to get more and more difficult.
That's an obstacle in itself. It might be a situation for a lot of people where it's simpler to just work with people. Like,
well, you see, but that's not going to happen. I think that what's going to happen is from school, from pretty much first class, kids are going to be learning based on.
Oh, I see.
It's going to get in their mind. It's pretty much like same as, as a lawyer, as a doctor or architect. We don't have building code in our mind because we learned it in school, because we used it. So what's going to happen is I'm seeing that kids are going to utilize all those AI robots and will be building specifically for themselves their own AI bots to succeed in the world.
Yeah.
And that's where natural selection comes in, which is normal. And older generation will move away, and young will come in and evolve.
I think in China, if I'm not mistaken, they already made it like coding, computer programming is part of the curriculum for like schooling now. I think
should have been done a long time ago.
Should have been done a long time ago. Yeah.
I don't know why we're not there. Of course.
So yeah, that's moving in that direction. So I guess you're right. They're gonna just make it part of education. And
as I said, think about it this way: gamers are professional drone flyers now.
Yeah,
gamers.
The army. Yeah.
Not only army, even everywhere else. Professional, but also army.
Yeah.
Those people make a lot of money because they had a great hobby.
It's so much less fun than gaming. So much less fun than gaming.
I don't know. I'm not a gamer, so I wouldn't know. But I do see. Think about it. In the modern warfare, you need drones. Every drone is beating.
It's horrifying.
Yeah.
Again, we're not talking what it is. We're talking facts. So all of a sudden now you have a new job that haven't been there before.
Oh yeah,
and I definitely think that you're gonna see more and more jobs coming in like that.
For the drone pilot.
Well, not only drone pilots. I just gave you one area of expertise. Yeah. It's gonna be a lot more other.
You're 100% right. Evolution is inevitable, and that is gonna happen. However, the simplest example is drivers. What is gonna happen, like with all of this? Like, it's really not only a question of time until self-driving cars are better than people.
100%.
A question of time. Like, they're 100% gonna happen, and I believe like drivers is one of the most like biggest professions in terms of how many people work in it. Like probably around the world, if I had to guess.
Oh, you're talking about truck driving and all that.
So many people work in like related to driving.
Yeah.
So what happens? Like,
because logistics, you can't do anything without logistics.
But it's going to be
everywhere.
But it's going to be self-driving, right? So like all those people are going to lose jobs then.
Of course they will.
Can you retrain a truck driver who is 55 to be a coder? I don't know. You can.
They need to retire.
Well, how do they retire? What if they don't have the savings to retire or whatever happens?
And when you be a kid,
I told you it's going to be painful. Unfortunately, it's going to be painful.
Yeah.
So
this revolution is going to be painful. Yeah. But it is what it is. That's what's going to happen. I never said. I never said that. That's what I think. I never said that it's going to be simple. But again, going back to what we discussed, I had to change a lot in my life to evolve.
Yeah,
it's
and to learn from it.
The same thing.
It's actually insane. Like you're a little younger, and it's actually insane if you look back at like how much things changed. And we went from Nokia phones. That had like black and white screen and snake on it.
Within 20 years.
Yeah. To
well, not 20 more.
These phones are more powerful than computers that were back then that took up rooms.
I'll tell you even more.
It's crazy.
This phone is 100 times more powerful than the computer that took Apollo 13 to the moon.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Not surprised.
Apollo, not 13. Apollo to the moon.
Yeah. It's insane, actually.
You know
but
what I mean?
It doesn't feel like it, right? While it's happening, you're kind of like... I know you want to talk to me. Was the moon landing here? No. No, I'm not, like, yeah.
Was the moon landing?
I don't believe or think about conspiracy theories like this.
No, of course you're not. Of course you're not.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Of course you're not.
Yeah, at a split moment, I really thought, you're going to talk about the moon.
Say that the...
Yeah, exactly.
No.
I said, "Whoa, wait, we exactly thinking the same way." So wait, are you going to talk about like whether Apollo 13 is on the moon?
No. I don't think about that kind of stuff
I think
at
that's
all.
the one that blew up.
I don't even know factually. So that's why I'm like, to conversations like that, I'm like,
which
I don't know nearly enough.
Yeah, right.
Wait,
I thought it's like.
Was Apollo 13 the one the first one that came back? Maybe I don't. The first successful.
Yeah, like Armstrong or something.
Yeah.
No, we can.
Neil Armstrong. Yeah.
Yeah, we cannot get there.
So Apollo 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, and 17.
Oh, they
13 is the one that
they
blew
skipped
up.
13?
13 blew up.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That was a
Okay,
big tragedy. Yeah, but Apollo 11 was the first one.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah,
They
Neil
wasted,
Armstrong.
they wasted all of that time considering nobody went to the moon again.
Yeah.
So wait, so where's Armstrong,
Now?
by the way?
Is he still alive?
I'm pretty sure he passed away.
What?
Because it was
Is Neil Armstrong still alive? I think he is.
must be 90-ish if he's still alive.
Died.
Died, right?
Oh, yeah?
Because I remember he did. 2012. Age of 82.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
Anyways.
He lived longer than that technically because in,
So.
in space time is different.
So you sure we gotta
No, time and space is not different. It's just relative.
Well, yes, it's not it's not different. It's relative, but it's actually kind of like. Do you watch Interstellar?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Few
that
times.
whole
It's the
idea of
speed,
like.
Few
yeah.
times. Because they're actually, I don't know if you
Amazing
know,
movie.
they actually did the research.
Oh
based
yeah,
on
they
the
had
physics,
like a
I watched it
scientist.
quite a few times. Yeah.
Amazing.
Interstellar, that's an amazing movie.
Yeah. So the whole water planet situation of like years passing and you're like
While you're on this
couple of-
planet.
Yeah, a couple of hours pass for you, but
Yeah,
years
but you
pass-
understand why, though. Do you know why?
why?
Because this planet is very, very
Gravity.
close.
Yeah.
It's very close to the black hole.
Yeah. It's because of gravity. Yeah.
So in real life, it goes very slow because everything to get closer to the. So while you're there.
Yeah. I'm a bit of a astrophysicist myself.
Oh, of course. Because I looked at you, you know who I saw? Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You look like Neil deGrasse Tyson, man.
Yeah. So all you have to do to be immortal actually is just go to space long enough and come back to Earth, and eventually they figured it out.
you need to stay beside the
Yeah.
black hole as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
you just
yeah.
float around there long enough. You come back to Earth, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll live forever now."
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
here,
Come back.
take this injection. That's it.
Yeah. 3025. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh.
AI has been running things for a long time.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, and everybody here looks like Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, oh yeah. and human body as a what's that called? As a battery, right? Like Matrix or something.
Oh, I see. We're going. old, you know.
No.
Yeah.
We're going
Anyways,
somewhere.
guys, I think it's time to
Oh shoot.
Well, 2.5 hours.
call it a day.
It's 3
Yeah.
hours.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I think
2.5 hours, including the first 20 minutes.
Well, I hope this one was pretty interesting. I hope this one is.
Yeah,
pretty
I hope we
interesting.
helped young people to understand how they can buy a house with AI.
Yeah. They'll get like devastating. Is we gotta be replaced.
No,
by
I think we can say that this episode is pretty general about many things.
Yeah.
I hope everybody who's watching this episode enjoyed or will enjoy. So thank you very much, everybody, for being with us. I hope you're going to be enjoying this episode. Like, subscribe, stay with us for many more. Yeah, we're going to continue mumbling about all kind of things. And until then, let's get back to work.
Back to work.